In this video, Dr. Jordan Peterson explains why sometimes you want to do something, but you do another thing.
To understand how the abstrusest metaphysical assertions of a philosopher have been arrived at, it is always well and wise to first ask oneself, what morality do they or does he aim at? Accordingly, I do not believe that an impulse to knowledge is the father of philosophy, but that another impulse, here as elsewhere, has only made use of knowledge, and mistaken knowledge, as an instrument. But whoever considers the fundamental impulses of man, with a view to determining how far they may have here acted as inspiring genii, or as demons, will find that they have all practiced philosophy at one time or another, and that each of them would have only been too glad to look upon itself as the ultimate end of existence and the legitimate lord over all of the other impulses. So what is he saying there? Well, Nietzsche makes this explicit in passages that are related to this one. He viewed the human being as a collection of sub-souls. And the sub-souls were grounded in their existence in biological underpinnings. And that was the case for every human being, and that made us roughly similar. It certainly made our groups roughly similar. And so each of these biological subsystems, conceptualized as a sub-soul, was something that had its own viewpoint, had its own rules, had its own games, and they jockey for precedence. Now, you know that because sometimes you're sitting there reading and you're trying to concentrate on a higher order goal like completing your classes, and some biologically determined subsystem pops up and says, this would be an excellent time to go have a coffee. And you might do everything you can to not allow that thing to take over, but often it does, and often that's despite what you think you might actually want to do. And then later you're all upset about it because you've procrastinated yet again. But, Nietzsche viewed the psyche as a place, you could almost think of yourself as a set of it's like your brain is a set of animals. And the animals are all dependent on one another, but each animal needs to be boss from time to time, and each animal wants to be boss more often than it should be. And then, the higher order cortical systems are there to figure out how to sequence all of these other animals so that they all get what they need without interfering with each other across large spans of time in the presence of many other people in a manner that's sustaining. So it's very, very complicated.
Thanks for watching.